Okay, welcome back to the 1955 season. Here we are at Spa, the fastest track of the schedule, I believe, this year, because of Newbury not being here, nor Garden, and a couple other tracks that might have been fast, like Reims. But you got Gonzalez first, Fangio second, Kling third, Sky fourth, Moss fifth, me last, like usual. Here we are on the grid now for the Belgium Grand Prix at Spa. So we got 6 laps here as we're going to see the green flag down the way. So we're going to roll off the starting line. So we're going to check up actually because no, they're going to check up. Actually, this guy checks up behind me for some reason. You know, he was to my side. And we got the Brooks checking up way too hard there as there's a big line of cars just checking up. Oh man. Okay, that was a star and a half right there. Oh man. Mercedes kind of pushing us off there, even though really it was kind of my fault because I was trying to duck it up the inside. If Hofdorn is going to leave it open and then try to shut the door on me and then thinks about it. He's really checking up on me. Past Hawthorne there. Come out to Bernardville. So we're really closing in on 28 there. And also Castellarello and Farna. So we're gonna try to sneak underneath. Oh, there you go. Up on a couple of fellow Maseratis. So get past Barra there, and now we're gonna catch to the muscle there. And you got Scary Moss, so that'll be the leaders right there, that group of line there. So we're gonna get on the brakes before them so we don't try to throw up on the inside wreck. Oh, but we're gonna get around Scary there. Now we got Moss, Gonzalez, Fangio, and I believe we got Clean in the lead there. That's Streamline Mercedes. Come up into Stallone. So we're gonna be able to sneak up the inside of Gonzalez there. Now we got Fangio and out there. Try not to over rev or try to make the engine go up on temperature there. I'm trying to keep it low as possible. We're still pulling Gonzalez, so it's good to know and good to see. They're able to be conservative and still be able to run with these guys up here. Ooh, man. I didn't think it was gonna go that far deep into the grass. I thought it was gonna be like just on the edge there. Kind of carry me into the whole car. Carry the car all the way into the grass. Come down straight here. I am still not clear, I don't think. I think I'm clear now. Yeah, I'm cleared. Swing to the inside. He's gonna be there. But he opened it up out the corner, so I was able to get under him. And now we're in the lead, coming up to get lap number 1 and 7 to go. Or 5 to go. Wrong numbers. We're not going to have that much of a brake problem, as most of this track is about flat out. Maybe more engine brakes than anything. Like through El Rouge here, maybe just a pinch of brakes just to get a row down. So we're gonna be in a high gear just to save the car, because we are already out to about 400 yard lead. Roll into Lacombs here. Our braking zone, but it doesn't require the same brakes as the source. Come up to the left, right, that brings us into Burnerville. So we enter Burnerville. Just a little lift right here. Let it roll a little bit. Back on the gas. A little lift there just in case. Now on to the straightaways. Come out to Mazda. We're going to stay 5th gear until Stavelon, where we're going to put it down to 4th. Just so the engine can breathe in the low power times, like after these corners. As much as I would like to just fly through, I would rather make sure that the engine has enough temperature, little room left to be able to make it to the end there. Oh, I accidentally put neutral when I meant to put it 4th. It's weird with GPL shift. Having the shifting on the other side of the shifter as a, I think it was a BRM or a Brabham that it's set to. From the time of what the game is simulating, the default game, which is 1967. Might said that already, but I just wanted to make sure I had that clear. Long straightaway. Come up to these corners, which in a 1937 car would be way slower, just because of the power and the brakes that were on those cars they were unforgiving, or forgiving, not unforgiven. But they were unforgiven by the fact that those cars could really kill a lot more people than what I think it did, honestly. I don't think it really killed that much people considered like today's standards. Road type, you know. If you pretty much tip over, if you hit the wall, there's a chance of you slamming the steering wheel or just popping out of the car. There's a video, and I'm not trying to like endorse people to watch it, but I'm just saying, and it's just an example. It's not from the time of those beast of cars from Germany. It's the German Grand Prix of 1959, which is from this type of era of Grand Prix cars, where I can't remember the name right now, but I remember, I believe it was his last name, which I believe was Herman. His last name was Herman, and I believe it was in the Schleife. That's the hard hairpin, not the wall of death. But I believe he went off, maybe no brakes, or he just went off going too hard, and then went into the hay bales and tumbled over and got flung out of the car. Surprisingly lived. Probably because it wasn't that high speed of a crash. If it was like on the wall of death, it would have probably been way worse. I just love doing these types of races where a lot of history is involved and just a lot of fun is involved in these types of races where points are on the line, but you also can have fun because you're not always losing, you're also winning. You're not winning all the time either. So it's always good to see that. Even though I won 3 out of 5 races in the 1937 season, it didn't take away the fun that much because I understand why it was that bad. Probably because I don't know how to fix AI lines, so that's probably what made most of the racing kind of bad, because the AI were kind of just wonky. So, thank that for it. I'm not faulting the creators of the cars and tracks, kind of faulting the AI morally, or more, because kind of is an AI issue. See what type of lap time we get here. That would be 2 miles in front of our competitors, just because of, I think we just brought the right car, the right setup this race. Just don't dump it, and we should at least have 1 Grand Prix win, which I will settle for, because as long as you win something in a season, you're decent. At least, at the minimum. And like I said before, said many times before, you wish that the Le Mans disaster didn't happen, and that Birmingham could still have its dates, but some things happen for a reason, and that event really helped push safety into more of a concern instead of competition, which I will take safety over competition more of the times. Not because it's gonna make it easier for some people, but and it costs more money for safety stuff, but it's just, I'd rather see less people pass. But the reason why I don't really care that much back in those days is because they passed doing what they loved, and I respect that. I respect the fact that maybe that was just their their destiny is to help advance safety throughout the world. Because if that didn't happen, I would probably think that Bremgarten would have probably had a similar crash. Just because it was more of a street circuit. Same with Monaco, because as you saw in the last race, and also Spa too, there is no really protection for the people around the circuit and also for the drivers itself. Because in Monaco, you could really mess up the chicane there and go into the lake or miss the hairpin after Casino Corner and possibly go through a wall and maybe onto the other side of the track if it was even that bad. Here you could dive because of hitting walls like this up here head on, flying into houses, running into people on the side of the track. It's just, it's fun to see history like this, but it's not fun to know what could have and what might have actually happened in these types of races. And what did happen. And which a bunch of races were here in Spa where people have died turning over into the trees or even landing on top of houses, I think. I could be wrong, and it could have been a completely different race, or it could have just been misinformation. But yeah, I know the video kind of took a turn there. I just want to show my opinion on it. Like, as much as I like seeing NASCAR with less aero stuff, I do appreciate the safety stuff, at least. I would like the spoiler be gone, but at least they have the safety it takes for drivers to walk away from accidents and stop deaths from NASCAR happening. Since I believe, unless you consider ARCA as a NASCAR sanctioned series nowadays, but not back in those days. Blaze Alexander in 2012, I believe, or 2010, not 2002. Words, numbers. I mean, years. There we go. We're coming up to, I believe, 2 to go this time. But again, I'm sorry if that kind of made some people kind of had less fun now because of that. I just wanted to share that. Because as much as it's cool to see stock cars going around the tracks, being almost completely stock, just think of what could happen with wrecks and incidents. But other notes, can't believe that we're almost 2 miles out from the field, and only really Fangio kind of gapping himself from the rest of the pack. Oh. And we're 4 miles back from the slowest car on the track. If I'm not mistaken, this track is, I believe, 6 miles. I believe. So they would be coming to the cup corner, yeah, double left, coming up to the source, I would believe. But yeah, another note, and another note. This version of Spa is not a default Spa. This is actually the Spa 67, which I and a lot of other people say it's the superior Spa. And I do believe it because when I see the original Spa from older videos, I kind of look at it and I'm like, that looks like it was from this time of year, or time of gaming era. And this Spa kind of looks like it's more advanced for this gaming of, or era of gaming. I don't remember exactly when this track came out. I think it was at least, I believe it was mid 2010s when this track came out for Grand Prix Legends. The Turga Foiler, I can't say it. Foil. I think I got it correct that time. It's a little butchered, but it's alright. It would do. That track was also, I think, finished in 2009, but started in 2005. Watch GP Labs video about that track, and you will get the correct dates. But I believe those were the dates. But yeah, this track I believe is the track that made Jackie Stewart call for safety in F1 too, and eventually going on to help broadcast and commentate NASCAR races. And also even attempting a NASCAR race, but DNQing. I think it was the same race as Jim Clark that raced 1967 at Rockingham. I believe Clark tried to attempt other races too, but he also DNQ'd. So we're gonna come around, get to the last lap. Sterling Lamas is also a name to remember. So I believe he was part of the Le Mans race that happened the year that I'm simulating, in 1955. But I don't believe he was part of the crash, because I believe he went on sports racing after that even more, and throughout the 60s, I believe. I love Spa's old configuration, but I also like Spa's new configuration. Some people say that the new configuration of Spa is what destroyed Spa in general, but I think it actually kind of enhanced Spa. Because it never really took down any feature of Spa. It's still pretty fast. It just got more more sharper corners is what I'm trying to say. It's still got a couple of the known corners, with Lacombs being a little bit different, being a right-hander instead of a left-hander like these days. Of what I'm simulating, which is the left-hander and not the right-hander. You still got La Source, you still got El Rouge riding on the Camel Straight. Still got somewhat of the run coming up to La Source. So it took off a couple of the places that were fun in the old Spa, but it was for good reason, because even if you put walls up here, some of the corners feel like if you went too fast, there's just not enough runoff to run off and slow down. It'd be kind of like a Nürburgring, but smaller, with it having pretty much no runoff. Especially up here at Salvalon. It's just a bunch of billboards on a wall. As we hit the curb there again. I'm surprised. If we did like, I believe, a full race, I believe we would probably lap at least half the fuel. But I'm here for the fun and just to see what happens and see where this series goes. And just talking about history that I know and what type of history I can relate to of this time period. As I believe this is the superior gaming or superior game for this era of Grand Prix cars that are at least modded for this game. But if you see a if we ever have a 1958, 59, 60, and all the way up to 64 completing from 55 to 69, I believe it was. You best believe I'll be either doing season races or just random events, just having fun, because that's what I like doing more. And that's what's gonna come with R Factor, is some of those F1 mods are from this time of F1 as we come past the line to get the check flag and to win Spa in the Belgium Grand Prix. I will be simulating a couple of races from 1951, 1958, if 1959, 1959 if I can. Probably will just be Avis if I can get 1959, and in 1960 a couple races there too. And this season being the full season, just because it's, you already know the history of this season. Le Mans disaster and the races getting cancelled because of the Le Mans disaster. Oh yeah. As you see here, me, in the Maserati has won this race. So I get 12 points, I believe. And I believe I had the fastest lap, so I will get an extra point there, so about 13 points. Fangio got second, Gonzalez got third, Scari got fourth, Moss got fifth, so that'll be your points. And then you got the rest of the field here. Clean gained second, or sixth, being about 5 seconds off of Moss. And then you got that's not Castle, that's Castle Lloyd, I think. In 8th, you also got Hawthorne back here in 12th, Mears in 13th, Brooks 19th, Bale, I think that's how you say his last name, and 20th. And as you see here, I am now 4th in the standings with 10 points. Scari got 15, Fangio got 13, or 12, Gonzalez got 12 also. I got 10, Moss got 10, and then Castorelli, Early Latoy, Castorelli, you got 4 points. So that's your top 6 in the championship standings, as Maserati is kind of trash in the championship constructors, but you know. So that'll be it for this video, and we'll see you guys, and I believe what race is next? I can't remember. I believe it was the I don't remember. We'll see you guys in the next race.